Livewire Wrestling was bought by Eric Bischoff and the New World Order. Livewire Wrestling has been flipped upside down. It has been a national wrestling takeover, and now, live on pay-per-view, Livewire Wrestling is back with nWo Millennium Final. We will see tonight as the Heritage Classic tournament concludes when 4 men go to war and only one will emerge, the Heritage Champion. Will it be the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar? Or will it be the Beast himself, Dan Severn? Will it be the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock? Or will the newest member of the nWo, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, have some help and become your new Heritage Champion? We will find all that out tonight at the Millennium Final. And speaking of final, after X-Pac shocked the world and became the No Limits Champion, will the nWo's first title reign be its last when he defends against the Amazing Red? And will Scott Steiner, the former Livewire World's Champion, be able to take out the total package, who said himself that he will not be aligned with this New World Order of Wrestling? Or will Lex Luger put the torture rack on the big bad booty daddy and make himself prime contender for that world title? And speaking of championships, tonight, the Dark Carnival looks to score the #1 contendership for the Livewire Tag Team titles, but in order to do that, they need to take on one of the most decorated tag teams in all of professional wrestling, the Dudley Boyz. And on top of that, in our main event, we're gonna see as Rob Van Dam looks to reclaim his world championship when he goes one-on-one with the Canadian superstar Lance Storm. Will the nWo invade? Will they continue to wreak havoc? Find out live tonight when nWo and Livewire hits the Millennium Final.
Hello everyone and welcome to pay-per-view nWo Millennium Final. I am Joey Styles, and tonight we have an exciting lineup coming your way. We have championship matches, we have the finals of the Heritage Classic tournament, and we have so many exciting surprises coming your way, folks, live tonight here on Millennium Final. And let's not waste any more time, folks. Let's turn it over to Howard Finkel and get things going for our opening contest. The following contest is a singles match, and it is for the No Limits Championship. Introducing first the challenger. He is the Amazing Red. And his opponent, representing the New World Order, he is the reigning and defending No Limits Champion. He is X-Pac.
And we see as X-Pac makes his way down to the ring, gets in the face of the Amazing Red. Ding, 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 and the match starts, and these two are going hot and heavy with some crazy No Limits action to start off this pay-per-view. And we see, as Amazing Red has the crowd on his side, he is working up X-Pac by hitting him with those chops and forearms in the corner. He whips him across the ring, and he hits him with that diving shoulder tackle right into the corner there. And as he's working on X-Pac, the crowd is clearly chanting for the Amazing Red as they are hot and heavy for this opening contest. But as we get to the climax of this match, we see as the Amazing Red has X-Pac on the top rope, and he's going for a big old suplex. And as he goes for a superplex, X-Pac slides up behind him, grabs him from underneath, and hits a running powerbomb on the Amazing Red. And he goes for the cover. 1, 2, but the Amazing Red kicks out. As Red kicks out, X-Pac signals for that X-Factor facebuster. He picks up the Amazing Red, and as he goes for it, Amazing Red counters, kicks him in the gut, and he goes for the Code Red. But as he goes for the Code Red, X-Pac holds on and hits an Alabama Slam. He hits an Alabama Slam on the Amazing Red, rolls him through, picks him up, and plants him with the X-Factor facebuster. As they hit that X-Factor facebuster, he rolls him over and goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, and still the No Limits champion, X-Pac. And you see as X-Pac holds up the title and he stands over the Amazing Red and he tells Red to suck it, as he's still your No Limits champion. And now we go back to Howard Finkel. The following contest is a singles match and is a semi-final in the Heritage Classic Tournament. Introducing first, he is the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And his opponent, he is Dan the Beast Severn. And now, folks, we have two men who claim to be beasts in the ring and are truly beasts going toe-to-toe to see who will advance in the Heritage Tournament. Ding, ding, ding. And as this match starts, we see Brock and Dan get nose to nose as they're eyeing each other up and they lock up. And this really becomes a technical wrestling masterclass, very amateur style, with both Dan Severn and Brock Lesnar's background. And for the few minutes of this match, we see as these two are trading rest holds and trading holds, trying to see who's going to gain the upper advantage with two classic wrestling superstars. And we see as Dan Severn is slowly trying to use some MMA to get in those elbow strikes on Brock Lesnar. Brock quickly picks Dan up and charges him in the corner and starts hitting those shoulder tackles in the corner, really taking it to Dan Severn. And as he does it, Brock Lesnar goes out. He goes for a clothesline, but Dan catches him in a half Nelson choke, and he's got the half Nelson choke locked in, and he's trying to take him down to the mat, but Brock gets to the ropes, and Dan Severn gets a clean break. As it's a clean break, these two circle, and we get some more amateur wrestling with single legs and double legs trying to take each other down. But it starts getting hot and heavy when Brock Lesnar powers out of a waistlock and he hits a big, nasty German suplex on Dan Severn. He picks him up, holds him by the waist, and hits a second German suplex on Dan Severn. And as Dan is starting to get loopy, he's going for that third German, but Brock Lesnar instead turns him around, hoists him up on the shoulders, and he goes for the F5, but Dan Severn elbows him once, elbows him twice, and drops him. And Dan's got the front face locked in. And it looks like Dan Severn's trying to get that guillotine. But as he hops on to lock in the body scissors, Brock takes him to the corner and charges him once, charges him twice, and charges him a third time. And as he charges him, Dan stumbles out with his back in great pain. And Brock Lesnar sees the advantage, picks him up, looks at the crowd, and hits the F5. The F5 connects on Dan Severn, and Brock Lesnar goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, and advancing in the Heritage Classic Tournament, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And we see as Brock Lesnar just lifts his hands up and Dan Severn's in severe pain. Now who will match Brock Lesnar in the finals later on tonight to become our new Heritage Champion? The following contest is a singles match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he is the total package of professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Lex Luger. And his opponent, he is representing the New World Order. He is Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. And we see as Scott Steiner runs down to the ring. He slides into the ring quick. Ding, ding, ding. And Luger and Steiner just start swinging left and right. Steiner and Luger are swinging these big, massive fists left and right, left and right, left and right. It is an all-out brawl between Luger and Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner, he lost his world championship match because of Lex Luger, and we know that Lex Luger wants to prove that he deserves to be next for a world title shot. And we see as Luger whips Scott Steiner to the outside. Luger follows him, and the referee's a bit more lenient on the counts with these two. And Luger takes Scott Steiner, and he goes to whip him into the steps. But Scott Steiner counters, and Luger goes shoulder first right into the steel steps. And then we see as Scott Steiner picks up Luger, and he hits him with that nasty snake eyes right on the guardrail there, landing Luger right on the throat. As he does that, Scott Steiner throws Luger in, and Steiner rolls in, and he waits for him to get up, and he hits a Steiner line on Luger. Luger gets up, and he hits a second Steiner line. And as Luger gets up, Scott Steiner sets him up for the Frankensteiner. But Luger holds on, and he plants Scott with a powerbomb. He powerbombs Steiner, and Luger stumbles to the corner. As he stumbles to the corner, Steiner's starting to stir. As Steiner stirs up, Luger signals with his forearm, and he hits the bionic forearm. He hits the bionic forearm on Scott Steiner, and we see as Luger is signaling for the torture rack. He's signaling for the torture rack. As Scott Steiner's getting up, Luger gets him up in the torture rack, but Scott Steiner rakes the eyes, and as he rakes the eyes, the referee chastises him. And as Scott Steiner's arguing with the ref, Luger turns around, and Steiner hits a low blow on Luger with his leg, but the ref didn't see it. The referee didn't see it, and as he turns around, he picks him up, and he hits Luger with the Steiner screwdriver right in the center of the ring. And as he hits that Steiner screwdriver, he turns Luger around. He gets the arms wrapped around his legs, and he's got the Steiner recliner locked in. He's got that Steiner recliner locked in on Luger. And the referee's checking with Luger, do you want to quit? But Luger's not responding. Luger's not responding. The referee checks his hand, and it's that. It's over. He stops the match. Ding, 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 ding. Here is your winner by submission, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. And as Scott Steiner, he still has the hold lead on, and the referee's trying to get him to let go of the hold, but Steiner's holding it on for a bit longer. The referee's threatening to reverse the decision, and Luger finally lets go. Steiner lets go. As Scott Steiner lets go of the Steiner recliner, we see the medics and agents come to check on Luger, as Scott Steiner wipes his feet on the mat and walks off. Big Papa Pump had a statement to make tonight, and it looks like he made it perfectly clear. The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall and is a semi-final match in the Heritage Classic Tournament. Introducing first, representing the Lion's Den, he is the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. And his opponent, representing the New World Order, he is the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. And we see as Kurt Angle makes his way down to the ring, Don Callis is at the entrance ramp, clapping and holding up that flag as Kurt Angle is getting ready. He takes off his medals and hands them to Don Callis and charges the ring and gets right into Ken Shamrock's face. Ding, ding, ding. And these two also go hot and heavy, very similar to the previous match. But unlike before, just like with Stan Severn and Lesnar earlier, Kurt Angle and Ken Shamrock are two very amateur-based wrestlers, and we see as both are trying to lock in holds to see who can gain the advantage. We see they're both trying to go for early ankle locks, but they're both able to roll out. We see as Ken Shamrock grabs Kurt for a belly-to-belly. Kurt fights off and goes for his own belly-to-belly, but Ken Shamrock headbutts Kurt once, headbutts Kurt twice, and he hits his belly-to-belly suplex first on Kurt Angle. As he hits that belly to belly, he quickly goes back to that ankle and he's trying to get that ankle lock. But Kurt Angle gets to the ropes and the referee's trying to get him to break the hold, but he doesn't break it until the 4 count. Then Ken Shamrock lets go because these guys don't care about the NWO. They want to take them down. And we see as Ken Shamrock is chastising him, Don Callis is trying to warm up Kurt Angle in the corner. And as he's doing that, he gets on the apron and yells at the referee. As he yells at the referee, we see Ken Shamrock starting to beg him off. As he begs him off, Kurt uses his opportunity to hit a double leg takedown on Ken Shamrock, and he goes for his own ankle lock. Kurt Angle's got the ankle lock on Shamrock. He's got the ankle lock on Shamrock, but he's able to roll out into a roll-up. 1, 2, but Kurt Angle kicks out. As he kicks out, Kurt Angle goes for a clothesline. Ken Shamrock catches him, and he hits a German suplex of his own on Kurt Angle. As he hit that German suplex on his own, he gets up, he grabs the arm, and hits that judo hip toss on Kurt Angle. As he hits that judo hip toss, he keeps the arm, wrenches it in, and hits that short arm clothesline on Kurt Angle. As Shamrock's firing up, he goes to grab that ankle once again, and it's locked in. The ankle lock is locked in on Kurt. Kurt's wanting to tap. As he's wanting to tap, Don Callis gets back on the apron to distract the referee. As he distracts the referee, Kurt Angle taps, and Shamrock lets go of the hold thinking he won, but he turns around and sees that Don Callis has the ref distracted. He goes to hit Don, but Don jumps down because he wants no part of it. As Ken Shamrock's yelling at him, Kurt Angle gets up from behind, gets Ken Shamrock, and he hits the angle slam on Ken Shamrock. He hits the angle slam on Shamrock, and as he hits it, he goes to that top rope, and Kurt Angle goes for his famous moonsault. And as he goes for the moonsault, Shamrock rolls out of the way. Kurt Angle crashes and burns. As he crashes and burns, Ken Shamrock gets the ankle lock locked in. He's got the ankle lock locked in, and as Kurt's trying to fight out of it, Kurt's able to stagger up, and he counters it, and he rolls up Shamrock, but he's got the ropes, and the ref doesn't see he's got the ropes with this roll-up. No way. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Oh my God. Kurt Angle cheated. Here is your winner, and advancing to the main event for the Heritage Classic Tournament, Kurt Angle. And we see as Kurt Angle rolls out and celebrates with Don Callis, Ken Shamrock is furious because he got cheated out of the Heritage Classic Tournament. And now, later on tonight, folks, it's going to be Kurt Angle taking on Brock Lesnar to see who will be our next Heritage Champion. The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall and is to crown a number 1 contender for the Livewire Tag Team Championships. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Jerry Lynn, they are Vampiro and Doink, the Dark Carnival. And we see as they come down to the ring as Vampiro's being dark and mysterious, with Jerry Lynn by their side and Doink with his tricycle laughing and smiling. What a bunch of weirdos, but they have been dominant in the tag team division thus far. And their opponents, they are one of the most decorated tag teams in professional wrestling, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boyz. And we see as the Dudley Boyz also make their way down to the ring. They are one of the most decorated tag teams in all of wrestling, and they're looking to cement their legacy as well by adding the Livewire tag titles to their resume. Ding, ding, ding. And the match starts with Vampiro and Devon, and these two are getting hot and heavy with them locking up, and Devon, being the stronger of the two, is quickly able to outpower Vampiro. But as this is going on, we already see the mind games from the Dark Carnival as Doink keeps honking his horn, trying to distract Devon, and Jerry Lynn keeps slapping the mat, trying to distract the Dudleys. But the Dudleys are able to take advantage, and they start working over Vampiro in their corner. They've got Vampiro working over in their corner, and they're tagging in and out, hitting double team moves left and right, as the Dudleys are in firm control and have the experience. But as they're getting hot and heavy, we see as Bubba Ray hits that big scoop slam on Vampiro, he tags in Devon, and they get set up for the what's up headbutt. But as they go for it, Doink slides over to the apron, and he throws Devon off the top rope to crash to the outside. As he crashes to the outside, Bubba Ray charges Doink, and Doink drops that top rope, and Bubba falls to the outside. As Bubba falls to the outside, Doink and Bubba are fighting, and as they're fighting, the referee's trying to get them back in their corner. But as they're doing that, we see Jerry Lynn as he grabs Devon and he Irish whips Devon right into the guardrail, and the referee didn't see it. As he whips him into the guardrail, he takes Devon and throws him back into the ring to Vampiro. As he throws him into Vampiro, Devon struggles up, and as he struggles up, Vampiro picks him up and hits the nail in the coffin. He hits the nail in the coffin. And as the referee is getting Bubba and Doink separated, Vampiro goes to tag in Doink the Clown. And as he does, Doink climbs to the top rope as Devon's in position. And he hits that whoopee cushion splash on Devon. As he goes for the splash, he goes for the cover. And as he goes for the cover, Vampiro goes and stops Bubba Ray. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here are your winners and the number 1 contenders for the Livewire Tag Team Championships, Doink and Vampiro, the Dark Carnival. And we see as the Dark Carnival walk away in celebration that Bubba is pissed as he's checking on Devon, and Devon's hurt. They just got outsmarted by the numbers game, and the Dudleys, they had it victory in. But with Jerry Lynn with the Dark Carnival, these guys are damn near unstoppable, folks. But as we're getting this match cleaned up... Wait a minute, Bret Hart's not supposed to be here. He's not on the card tonight. What's he doing? We hear Bret Hart's music as he's coming out with a microphone in hand, and he marches down to the ring. Cut my damn music. You know, Eric Bischoff, you think that you can screw the Hitman? You think that you can screw these wrestling fans out of getting what they deserve? You think you can screw me just like everybody's trying to screw me? Well, Bischoff, I've had it up to here with you, and I'm sick and tired of your bullshit. So why don't you get on out here, Bischoff, and face me like a man so you can get the ass whooping that you deserve. And as you see this, we see Eric Bischoff pop up on the Titantron with a camera. Whoa, 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 Bret. You think that I'm going to come down there and fight you? I'm not a wrestler. I'm a businessman, Hitman. And if you knew anything about business, you would know that the nWo is the way to go. You could have played ball, Bret, but you decided to take your ball and go back to the dungeon and train some stupid, out-of-shape dude with green face paint and your brother, who's not even here anymore, right? He's on the other show, the B Show. And yet you want to talk to me about business and being a man? Well, Bret, as a businessman, I've made some new business acquisitions because you see, as Livewire continues to grow and nWo Monday Nitro continues to prove that it's the flagship program, well, here in our first pay-per-view, I thought, you know what? I could use some more really talented members, some new perfect additions to the nWo. We got Kurt Angle last week, and now tonight, I've got some guys that, Bret, I think you're going to be very familiar with, my friend. So, guys, come on out and show Bret what he's missing. Wait, this is new music? Who could Bischoff be talking about? Who are these new acquisitions? And we see as they make their entrance, the crowd goes crazy. Oh my God! Oh my God! It's Kurt Hennig and Rick Rude! Kurt Hennig and Rick Rude are here at Millennium Final! They're a part of the nWo! They were just on Riot! They were just on the show that Bischoff was talking about! And now, they're here at Millennium Final with the nWo! And we see as Bret's staring down Kurt and Rick Rude. Bret brings the mic up to his voice, to his mouth. You know, I had a feeling that you were gonna pull some crap like this, Bischoff. So you wanna know something? You're not the only one that knows how to do business. You see, before you came around, Bischoff, I had this little group that my little brother was a part of. And there were some other members of that group, and one of them still a very good friend of mine today. And I made a phone call, and you two are going to regret trying to step up to the hitman, and you all better watch your backs. No way! Are you serious? Bret Hart knew Bischoff was gonna pull something! And we see at the entranceway right behind Rude and Kurt Hennig! It's the American Dream! Dusty Rhodes! It's Dusty Rhodes! And we see, as Hennig and Rude see this, Bret Hart gets on the outside, and Dusty, they start charging, and it's a four-way brawl between all four men. All four men are brawling, and security separates all four men. What crazy commotion, folks! Dusty Rhodes is back. Rick Rude and Kurt Hennig made their debuts. But now it looks like finally Livewire's got some allies on their side. And it's not just the nWo whose ranks are growing. But folks, we need to go because coming up next right now, we have the finals of the Heritage Title Tournament coming your way right now as Brock Lesnar goes one-on-one with Kurt Angle. Will Brock Lesnar be able to defy the odds and take down Kurt Angle? Or will the nWo keep pulling their shenanigans? And will we have a second title in the New World Order? We're going to find out right now. Take it away, Howard. The following contest is the finals of the Heritage Classic Tournament and is for the Heritage Championship. Introducing first, he is the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And we see as Brock Lesnar comes out, he's got his ribs taped up from his match earlier against Dan Severn. And his opponent, he is representing the New World Order. He is the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. And we see as Kurt's coming out, his ankle's a little bit taped up from his match with Shamrock earlier. And we see Don Callis now out with the American males to protect Kurt in case Ken Shamrock wanted to be crazy. But now we see as Kurt Angle's kind of limp into the ring. He slides in and goes up to Brock Lesnar. Ding, ding, ding. And both men are staring nose to nose. These two are no strangers to one another, but now this is a whole new playing field. Kurt Angle's got the nWo behind him, and Brock Lesnar's a one-man army, but we know that Brock Lesnar is more than capable of handling himself. And we see, as Kurt and Brock Lesnar lock up, Kurt Angle quickly starts forearming the guts, the taped up ribs of Brock Lesnar, and Kurt's trying to take him down quick, trying to knock the wind out of Brock. But as Brock shoves him off, he goes for a single leg right at the ankle that Ken Shamrock targeted earlier, and Kurt Angle's hurting real bad as he works that ankle over, and he starts doing leg locks on Kurt Angle. And we see as both men are damaged from earlier, and they're both trying to gain any advantage that they can. And we see as Brock Lesnar picks up Kurt with his injured leg, and he whips him across the ring, and Kurt takes a hard buckle. He takes a hard buckle, and Brock charges, and he hits that shoulder tackle again that we know of. He hits a second shoulder tackle. He takes Kurt Angle, whips him across the ropes, but as he whips him, Kurt Angle just falls, and he's checking out his ankle. He's rolled his ankle really bad, and he is telling the referee to come check it out. As the referee's checking him out, Brock Lesnar moves the referee out of the way. As he moves the referee out of the way, he goes to pick up Kurt. But Kurt was playing possum. He's got the small package. 1, 2. Oh, but Brock Lesnar kicks out of the small package. As he kicks out of that small package, we see as the American males are running down to the ring. As they're running down to the ring, we see as they slide in, Brock Lesnar turns around and he hits a double clothesline on Scotty Riggs and Buff Bagwell. He hits a double clothesline. As he clotheslines the American males, Kurt Angle gets up and goes for a clothesline. But Brock Lesnar picks up Kurt Angle. As he picks him up, he goes for the F5. But as he F5s him, he kind of loses his balance. And Kurt Angle's feet takes out the referee. He takes out the referee, and Brock Lesnar hits the F5 on Kurt Angle. He hits the F5 on Kurt Angle.
Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle are both down. We see Don Callis with his hands up, trying to tell Kurt to get up. We see Riggs and Buff Bagwell staggering up after those vicious clotheslines. Is there anybody that can help Brock Lesnar against the nWo? Wait a minute. No way, we recognize this music. It can't be. There's no way that he's here. And the fans know what this means. And as they turn their attention to the entrance ramp, we wonder if this truly is it. And we see, making his way through the curtain, it's Goldberg! Goldberg is here at the Millennium Final! Goldberg's here! And as he's marching his way down to the ring, the American males get out. And first it's Scotty Riggs, and he hits a super kick. Goldberg super kicks Scotty Riggs, and Buff Bagwell looks at him, and he gets hit with a spear on the entrance ramp. Goldberg spears Buff Bagwell on the entrance ramp, and as he does, he slides into the ring. And as he slides into the ring, Kurt Angle gets up. As Kurt Angle gets up, he turns around, and Goldberg hits a spear on Kurt Angle. He spears Kurt Angle. As he spears Kurt Angle, he picks Kurt up. He lifts him up. And he hits the jackhammer on Kurt Angle. He hits the jackhammer on Kurt Angle. Brock Lesnar looks in astonishment at Goldberg. And Goldberg just nods to Brock. And he leaves. Brock Lesnar, he picks up Kurt Angle. And he hits a second F5. He hits a second F5 on Kurt Angle. And he wakes the referee up. And Brock Lesnar goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, and the new Heritage Champion, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar! And we see as Brock Lesnar holding his ribs, he holds that belt up high. Brock Lesnar is the new Heritage Champion. And not only that, Goldberg is here, and he stopped the nWo. You know that Eric Bischoff is going to be pissed that not only were his plans thwarted earlier, but now Goldberg's against the nWo? It looks like things are finally shaping up for Livewire Wrestling. But folks, coming up next is what you've all been waiting for. It is the main event of Millennium Final, as RVD looks to become a 3-time Livewire World's Champion as he takes on the Canadian superstar Lance Storm. The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall and is for the World Championship. Introducing first, he is Mr. Pay-Per-View Rob Van Dam. And we see as RVD makes his way down to the ring. Who's accompanying him? It's Bill Alfonso! Bill Alfonso is back with RVD here at the Millennium Final. And you know RVD called him up because of all the nWo shenanigans. You know he wanted the manager of champions, Bill Alfonso, right by his side. And his opponent, he is your Livewire World's Champion. He is the Canadian superstar, Lance Storm. And we see as Lance Storm makes his way down to the ring with that World Championship around his waist. Now these are two men who have no affiliation with the nWo, but you can only imagine that they're licking their wounds and watching this match with all eyes on them. Ding, ding, ding. And as the match starts, we see as Lance Storm and Rob Van Dam get into each other's face. We see as Lance Storm laughs and he pushes RVD. As he pushes RVD, RVD laughs, and he hits a Van Daminator right on Lance Storm. He hits a Van Daminator right on Lance Storm. And as he hits that Van Daminator, we see as he quickly goes for the Rolling Thunder. As he goes for the Rolling Thunder, Lance Storm rolls out of the way, and RVD crashes and burns. As he crashes and burns, he stumbles up, and Lance Storm goes for that picture-perfect drop kick.
and it connects right on Rob Van Dam. As he hits that picture-perfect drop kick, he picks up RVD, and he whips him across the ring. But as he whips him, RVD catches himself, jumps up to the second rope, and hits that diving crossbody, that springboard crossbody right on Lance Storm. As he hits him with the crossbody, he then climbs to the top rope. As he climbs to the top rope for that 5-star frog splash, Lance Storm kips up, runs up and jumps onto the top rope as well, and he starts punching RVD. He punches him once, punches him twice, gets him set up, and he hits a superplex on RVD. He hits the superplex on RVD, and both men are down. As they both start to recover from that superplex, we see RVD as he goes for that kick, but Lance Storm catches it. RVD goes for an enziguri, but he ducks. He goes for that backwards drop kick, and it ducks again. And Lance Storm grabs the ankle, turns him over, and has the single leg Canadian crab locked in. He's got that single leg Canadian crab locked in, but RVD has the tenacity as he scratches and claws, and he gets to the ropes. And as he's getting to the ropes, the referee's trying to force him. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Lance Storm finally breaks that hold. As he breaks that hold, we see Bill Alfonso blowing the whistle and getting into Lance Storm's face. As he gets into Lance Storm's face, Lance Storm hits the super kick, and he kicks Bill Alfonso. He kicks Bill Alfonso right in the face. As he kicks Bill Alfonso, that gives RVD the opportunity to kip up. He turns around and eats another spinning drop kick. He hits that spinning drop kick on Lance Storm. As he hits it on Lance Storm cowers to the corner. As he gets to the corner, Rob Van Dam climbs to the top rope, and he signals for it. We haven't seen him hit this. RVD. And he hits a coast-to-coast. The coast-to-coast on Lance Storm. He hits the coast-to-coast on Lance Storm, and Lance Storm rolls out to the center of the ring, and Rob Van Dam, it's his moment. He climbs to the top rope, and he signals for it. RVD. And he goes for the 5-star frog splash, but Lance Storm rolls out of the way once again, and RVD crashes and burns. As he crashes and burns, Lance Storm goes for a baseball slide right underneath Rob Van Dam, picks the ankle, and he's able to float flawlessly right into the single leg Canadian crab. He's got that single leg Canadian crab locked in the middle of the ring, and Rob Van Dam's got nowhere to go. He's trying to claw, but Lance Storm has it cinched in. It's cinched in. Rob Van Dam is crawling. He's right there to the ropes. He's about to get it. But Lance Storm drags him back to the center of the ring and really sits down on it, wrenching back. He's wrenched back almost all the way. RVD's in so much pain. He doesn't want to tap. He's looking at everybody, but he's got no choice. Rob Van Dam taps out. He's tapping out. Ding, 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 ding. Here is your winner, and still the world's champion. He is the Canadian superstar, Lance Storm. And we see as Lance Storm once again holds that world title up in victory as Bill Alfonso's helping Rob Van Dam as his legs hurt pretty doggone bad. Lance Storm has proven tonight why they call him the Canadian superstar and why he deserves to be the Livewire World Champion. How will the nWo react now that Brock Lesnar is the Heritage Champion? Lance Storm is still your World Champion. X-Pac has kept the No Limits title, and now the Dark Carnival get their shot at the Tag Team Championships. How will Eric Bischoff and the nWo respond? We're going to have to find out when nWo Monday Nitro comes to you live tomorrow night. But good night, everybody, from Millennium Final. We will see you on Monday Nitro.
This has been an FWA Network Podcast Production.